Now, how does this story pertain to us? Says the NESIVAS SHALOM, "V'haderech livnois kol Yehudi as Beis Hamikdash shaloi." He's going to teach you practical. How do you build your Beis Hamikdash inside of you? So we have to follow what the pasuk says, like it says in the Torah, "V'yikhu li trumah me'ez kol ish asher yidvenu liboy." The Torah tells us, again, we're talking about over there the Mishkan, the central Mishkan for Klal Yisrael. And how is it built? How is it built? V'yikhu li trumah. Hashem says, take from me a trumah. Everyone should give over like meiser, charity. Me'ez kol ish asher yidvenu liboy. From everybody who's going to give a charitable contribution, but it says asher yidvenu liboy. It doesn't say that he's going to give from his heart. It says he's going to donate his heart. K'maymer tzadikim, like the tzadikim say. Shehat truma me'ez kol ish he. What is the truma? Hashem needs your dollar? Hashem needs your money? You know what the truma is? You know what you're giving Hashem? Asher yidvenu liboy. He wants you to donate your heart. L'chol adam yesh inyanim mesuyamim sheliboy mishtoikek aleim beyaser. Every person has inside of him, in his heart, things that he has a chukah, a desire for. Kol echad v'inyan, of every person and his own inyanim. Some people, they need kavod. Some people, they have taiva for this or taiva for that. Every person has a leiv, a heart. The heart is beating and the heart has desires. Hashem is saying, that's fine, but I want you to donate that to me. Give me your heart. Ba'truma hi me'ez kol ish asher yudvenu liboy. That's how you build a Mishkan. Take that thing, sheyimser es hadavar ahu, shechukas liboy miyuchedes elav trumas l'Hashem. Take that thing that you have such a desire for, and I want you to donate that. If you have a lot of money and you give money, but you don't give me your heart, that's very nice for the poor people. Hashem is saying, though, I want you to give me something much more precious. I want you to give me your heart. A person could say, I'll give time. Hashem says, very good. That's very good to donate your time. But I want something more precious. I want your heart. So, of course, we have to donate money and time and energy and everything for other people. We're not talking about that now. We're talking about the biggest donation of how to donate from yourself, your being, to Hashem. Why? Because then you're creating the ability for Hashem to dwell inside of you. And then, even though you look just like your friend, you look just like your neighbor, but you're not, because you have a bigger hole inside of you. You have more room inside of your ego, of yourself, for Hashem to dwell in your life, and then you have a much happier life and a much holier life. So that's following the pasuk. The Torah is telling us, build a Beis Hamikdash, build a Mishkan, where at that time it was in the Midbar. Now it's inside of us every single day. And therefore I will dwell inside of you. But how? Take a trumah, take a donation from every person. What? Asher yidvenu liboy. Give me what your heart is all about. And that is how you're going to build your own Beis Hamikdash inside of you. Like it says in the Holy Sfarim. And this is fundamental principle for every Jewish person, boy and girl, young and old. You need to know this. It's very important. Every person was sent down here for an individual mission. We think we're all the same because we all go to the same school. And if you're a girl especially, you have the same uniform. So we look like we're all the same. And what's my mission? Same as my neighbor, same as my sister, same as my brother. We all have the same mission. Serve Hashem, try not to do Averas, try to do mitzvahs, build Klal Yisrael. It's true. Those are all general concepts. But that's not why you needed to be here. If you were sent down here, there's a reason, there's something that you need to do that nobody else can do. That's what the Arizal says. The Arizal, Zchorei Levracha, says that every person has his own mission, and you can live your whole life, and you can do mitzvahs, and not fulfill your mission. Isn't that sad? And then you have to come back down, because you did a lot of great stuff, but you didn't do your purpose. You didn't fulfill your mission of why you were sent down here. Kol Yehudi Yarad La'olam L'Sakin in Yonam HaMiyuchadim Shaloi. Every person is sent down to this world to fix the inyanim, the things that you need to do. Uvechol tkufa mishtanim inyanim she'alav l'sakein, in every tkufa of your life. When you're 10 years old, it's not the same as when you're 15. It's not the same when you're a young adult. It's not the same when you're married, when you're a parent, when you're a grandparent, when you're a great-grandparent. It always changes. Because Yehudi moiser es hadavar hazeh, oisoi shehu mishtoikak, ata, a love b'yoiser, hareyu baina yidei zeh es v'esamigdash shalai. At that moment, as your lifestyle changes, and you give it up, whatever it is that your heart is beating for, your heart really wants, you're desiring that, and you give up that space inside of you to dedicate yourself to Hashem, with that you are going to build your Beis HaMikdash. It's a very nice concept, but it needs a lot of work, it needs a lot of details. How do I give it up to Hashem? What does it mean? I shouldn't do it? I should do it? How should I do it? We're going to get into all of that in future shiurim. But let's understand the concept. Let's review. The first thing we learned was everything that it says in the Torah is eternal and infinite. So when you learn any pasuk in the Torah, it pertains to today. And it's up to us to figure out, how does it pertain to me? The Torah is Moira Derech. It's showing us the way to live life. It's the Dvar Hashem. Hashem wrote a book, and He's not just telling us old stories from thousands of years ago that have nothing to do with us. Every word and every commandment and every story is meant to show us how we, in our day and age, are meant to learn from that so we can live a Jewish holy life. So many people are looking and they don't know how to connect to God. They don't know what to do. It's all in the Bible, the original Bible. Everything else that we learn comes from that. But this is Hashem giving it over. This book, He says, it's all in here. So we have to figure out, how does building a Mishkan, which happened in the Midbar, what does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with you? We have to look at all the stories. We have to figure out, what does it have to do with me? What does it have to do with me? And that is the purpose of so many Sfarim HaKadoshim, like NESIVAS SHALOM, that bring it out so beautifully. But it's our job. Hashem told us, commanded us to build a Mishkan. He said, I want to dwell down there with you. I want to have a place among you. But it says that He didn't just live in the Mishkan. V'shachanti b'soichai loy nemar. It doesn't say, I will dwell in there. It says, b'soicham. I will dwell among you. I will dwell in you. By building that Mishkan, I will now be able to be living inside of each you. B'soichal echad ve'echad is what the Al Shech HaKadosh taught us. So that is a tzivuy, a command for us every single day in our lives. We are commanded to build inside of us. We are Olam HaKatan. We are a small world. Hashem is telling us, please build a place inside of you that I can dwell, so I can feel comfortable, so I can be in your life. I can feel a piece of you, and you can be connected to me. And I can live with you. B'soich kol echad ve'echad. Hashem wants to be a part of our life. And that is our job, to allow Him in. Like they asked the Kotzker Rebbe when he was a little kid, where is Hashem? And the Kotzker Rebbe answered, wherever you let Him in. Wherever we let in Hashem into our lives, He's there. He wants to be a part of our lives. But so many times we push Him out. And this is our mission, this is our job, to allow Him into our lives. How do you do it? How do you build your Beis HaMikdash? The way is, v'yikchu li trumah. And again, it's following the pasuk. The pasuk is telling them how to build a Mishkan, but the point of it is telling us how to build our Beis HaMikdash. How do you build a Beis HaMikdash? V'yikchu li trumah me'ez kolish. What is the trumah that each person should give to build a Beis HaMikdash? Say the Sfarim HaKadoshim, and the tzaddikim say, Asher yudvenu libai. What does Hashem want from us? Asher yudvenu libai. Give me your heart. You have so much in your heart that you want. Make some room for me. Give me some of that space inside of your desires, inside of your wants, and I will be able to be inside of you and live inside of you. And then he brought down from the Sfarim HaKadoshim that every single Jew is not the same as your neighbor and your friend and your sibling. Every Jew is sent down here to be misakin, your own individual inyanim, things that you have to go ahead and fix, whether it's a previous gilgul that you made a mistake and you have to fix it, whether it's to accomplish something that nobody else could accomplish. Like the famous saying, the day you were born is the day that Hashem told the world that it cannot exist without you. If you're extra and you're just another, Hashem wouldn't have created you. If you were created, it's because Hashem decided that the world needs you. And you have to figure out, what is my tafkid? What am I fixing? And the tzaddikim tell us how to do it. It says in the Sfarim HaKadoshim that the Satan, the Yetzer Hara, knows what you were sent down here for. So he makes that very, very difficult for you. The thing that is the most hard for you to accomplish in this world, your biggest Yetzer Hara, it's not because by accident. It's because he's putting up his soldiers around that thing, because he knows that that is the reason that you were sent down here. That's like, capture the flag. You want to get the flag? If you want to know where the flag is, it's where the most soldiers are. That's where the defense is. They're defending the flag. The Satan is meant to stop you. That's his job. So where there are the most problems, that's because that's the flag that you need to capture for your life. That's in Surmei Ra. And Asay Toiv, it's the same thing. Asay Toiv, it's the same concept, that you have something down here that you need to accomplish down here that nobody else can accomplish. How do you know what it is? Says the NESIVAS SHALOM, look at your skill set. Why did Hashem give you this life? Why did Hashem give you these skills? It's because those are the tools that you need. He gave you the tools that you need to accomplish what you're meant to accomplish in your life. And that's why every person has different Yetzer Haras that are blocking him from fulfilling his tafkid in the Surmei Ra, and different tools and skills that Hashem gave him so he could accomplish. He could accomplish what he's supposed to accomplish. Why is a person successful in a specific area? Because Hashem is giving him the tools to do what he was sent down here to do, that nobody else can do. Nobody else can do. I just heard a beautiful story that was sent to me today. It was posted by the person himself, and he was a drummer, and he was off the derech, and he was on drugs. I happen to have known him peripherally, had a lot of chen, this guy, and he was one of the kids at risk 20 years ago. Wild kid, and he was very talented. And somebody came over to him, and he told him, do you keep Shabbos? He said, no. Do you keep mitzvahs? No. He said, you know what? Put on tefillin for 30 days. He was not a Lubavitcher. Big chiddush. Put on tefillin for 30 days, and I'll buy you the most expensive drum set that you can imagine. He said, I don't know, I'm not interested. He goes, yeah, just do it for 30 days. He said, 9 a.m. the next morning, somebody came over to his house and brought him a phone. This is 20 years ago. He didn't have a phone. And he called this phone number, he picked up, and this was this guy. He said, listen, every day, put on tefillin, call me, tell me you put on tefillin. In 30 days from now, I'm buying you the most expensive drum set. So every day he called him and said he put on tefillin, and he lied to him because he didn't put on tefillin. And after 30 days, 9 a.m., they had an appointment, and this guy came, and he picked up this lost soul, brought him to Sam Ash, and he bought him the most beautiful, incredible drum set. He said it was $1,000. 20 years ago, it's a lot of money. So he went ahead and he started playing on the drum set, and he thought to himself, I feel like I'm stealing. It was a good spiel. The guy bugged me to put on tefillin. I lied to him. I have no problem with that. But now he actually gave me the drum set, and I'm playing drums. And, it's like, it's not my set. I didn't really do it. And he decided, you know what? Let me start putting on tefillin. And since that day, almost 20 years ago, he puts on tefillin every day. And a lot of good has happened in his life. After some time, he met up with this wonderful person. And the guy told him, how you doing? How's everything? So he tells this guy, he says, listen, I want to be honest with you. When I told you every day for 30 days that I'm putting on tefillin, I lied to you. I didn't put on tefillin. The guy tells him, I know. But I just want to tell you that since then, I've been putting on tefillin. And the guy smiled at him. He said, I knew you would. And that person who had that vision, who had that skill set that he used it for, was Chaim Rosenberg, who was nifter recently in Surfside. He did something amazing. And if he did it once to a random stranger, it probably is not the only story. And that's somebody who used whatever skill set that he had at that time. It's not something I would have thought to do or done. It takes a little bit of courage, takes a little bit of gelt, takes a little bit of all different types of things. Every person has their own skill set that they were put down here for. And they have to think, why was I given these gifts? And what am I going to do with them? By doing all of that, we fulfill the tachlis in our world. The ultimate tachlis is v'shechanti b'soicham b'soichal echad ve'echad.